We're still waiting for baseball to get out of its way, and I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. There's a new proposal. Jeff Passan of ESPN broke this late last night that Players Association, they countered. At first they said they weren't going to counter the owner's proposal. Well, they've come back, and the question is, does it make sense for everyone? Dan Wetzel, who has been a frequent guest on this program, he writes a column for Yahoo Sports, and he writes in part, baseball, if it wants to quit on the year, then they should be ready for fans to quit on baseball for even longer than that. The game was already dealing with issues. Slow pace of play, a lack of national stars, various cheating scandals. It can be a lot of fun. It isn't the country's most popular sport anymore. Wetzel goes on to write, late summer will no longer be baseball's sole domain. The regular season is set to be challenged by the August or even September playing of the NBA and Stanley Cup Finals. Golf majors have been pushed back, the Kentucky Derby too, and of course the NFL and college football. To not make this work when everyone else has made this work would be a breathtaking level of arrogance. The true details of how hardly matters. In short, there was an agreement from March that apparently no one can agree on what it says anymore. As such, here we are, with the clock ticking, both sides looking out of touch as tens of millions of Americans are facing unemployment, reduced wages, as each night a fiery rage engulfs our cities. And then Wetzel goes on to finish his column by saying, no, baseball doesn't have to return. Our attention span doesn't have to either, though. It's a bad look for baseball. I think baseball's handled this poorly. They've leaked all of the information. The owner's side has. Players and how they've responded, they're going to be blamed. But they're the ones taking the risk. This shouldn't be a gladiator-type sport where you have to go out there with your life on the line. You know, we talk about life and death. That's not what baseball should be. That's not what sports should be. We joke that it's life and death. It shouldn't literally be life and death. And they're the ones taking the risk there. Do I believe that their owners in Major League Baseball do not want this to come back? I find it hard to believe. Like, you're going to lose money. Do you want to take no money? The Oakland A's are in financial trouble. They've been in financial trouble. Are the Tampa Bay Rays in trouble? Now, those are the two franchises. What about other smaller market teams? What about Pittsburgh? You know, the bottom line is money. There's a price. How many games will be played? Can we do 100 games? I saw where people arguing over, you know, what about the numbers and the stats? And I went, when do we care about numbers and stats with baseball anymore? Isn't that over with? If Jacob deGrom wins another Cy Young, is it truly a Cy Young? And I went, I don't know. If he's the best over a 100-game schedule, then give him a Cy Young. I'm okay with that. Asterisk. Got to have an asterisk. Go ahead. The whole year is an asterisk. I just want baseball to come back because baseball should have been the one front and center. It's played outdoors. There is social distancing. It feels like you could have baseball be played. But if you're going to sit here and argue publicly, we don't care about this. Mike Trout making $7 million instead of $36 million. We don't care. I mean, I feel bad for Mike. That's a lot of money. But are you going to play? It's not my money. Just come back. Baseball, of all the sports, needs this. Imagine if baseball was ready to go. People would be consuming baseball at an alarming rate, a record-setting rate. And now you're going to get lost. Golf's back. Hockey's coming back. College football and the NFL in the on-deck circle here. The NBA is coming back. Baseball is going to get lost. And we might say, hey, get lost if baseball eventually gets back. Yeah, Paul.
And like you said, baseball is going to have an uphill battle for eyeballs anyway. July and August, the NBA will be in playoff mode. That's when a lot of casual fans tune into the NBA. They pass on the regular season. The football will ramp up fast. They're going to be battling the entire late summer and fall for eyeballs, and they're going in with a poor start. 114
game season. This, according to the Major League Baseball Players Association, they delivered a return to play proposal. This was late last night. Jeff Passan had it. They would start June 30th, which is pretty aggressive since, here we are, June. And now by the end of the month, and they would play until October 31st. It's expected to be dismissed by the owners. Baseball proposed 82 games. The players want more games, therefore there's more money. Everything is about money. That's the bottom line here. But, you're trying to figure, are they going to expand the playoffs? That's been proposed from 10 to 14 teams. They're worried about if postseason is canceled because there's a second wave of the coronavirus. Baseball keeps arguing about this, and every other sport is making progress, moving forward. And I think this could be long-term damage to baseball. And this is knowing your market share, having a market awareness of where do you stand. People aren't talking about baseball. We need it, miss it. We'll move on without it because there are other sports that will come back. And then you're going to hit postseason with the NBA, postseason with Stanley Cup final. You're going to get lost. I mean, good luck. If the NBA moves their season and the postseason goes into football season, and then baseball's trying to do their postseason then, I mean, good luck. You're going to need life jackets because you guys are going to drown, and nobody's going to know. Nobody's going to care.
What's that question about baseball? Is the season legitimate? Would you turn off the sport if they didn't come back? I'm not sure if there's a poll question in that.
I don't care about the legitimacy of an 82-game schedule or a 100-game schedule. I just want you to come back. Like, we've already missed that. That opportunity is gone. It's too late for that.
But baseball feels a little different because I'm still like a stats guy. I want to see the guy with 50 homers and know what that means.
But you're not going to have it, though.
Yeah.
That option is gone. Now what do we do? If we keep holding on to, this is near and dear to me, if Jacob deGrom wins a Cy Young, his third in a row, and he goes 7-4, I'm okay.
Based on if you prorate his stats, it would be 6-4 this year.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. If he dominates and he doesn't win and you want to give him the Cy Young, give him the MVP. I don't care. I just want baseball, if you're coming back, to come back. And stop airing all your dirty laundry and leaking all these memos and emails. Yeah, McLovin.
I kind of feel, though, this is personal, that if Bryce Harper leads the Phillies to the World Series,
I'm fine with it.
I would, but everyone's going to say, yeah, but he did it this year.
Accept it. Take it. Take it.
You're right. By the way, I would take that in a second.
Yeah, Paul.
I understand what McLovin's saying because as a Cub fan, if my team had won the World Series and hadn't won in a zillion and a half years, in a strike-shortened season or a whatever shortened season, I'd be afraid of the criticism. I wouldn't really bother me, but I wouldn't want to hear it. And I know I would hear it because my White Sox friends would be like, oh, yeah, nice. You won 80 games? Half of 80?
So what?
Right, but I would not want to hear it.
So what?
I'll take it.
So what? I just go scoreboard. Hey, we played the same number of games your team did. Yeah, McLovin.
But it wouldn't have been the same if the Cubs had broken the streak in an 82-game season. That would have watered down the story tremendously.
Do you really think Cubs fans would go, man, we're really embarrassed by this World Series? We only won 60 games out of 82.
You wait 100 years and that's what you get? Yeah, I think it would be problematic for Cubs fans. I don't know, maybe not, but...
God, you're crazy.
You don't think Cubs fans would have been like, we waited 100 years and we get a World Series that some people don't consider legit?
Who cares? You won it with everybody having the same level playing field.
It would feel like half a roller coaster ride. Imagine you're watching everyone on the roller coaster, and the people in the line in front of you, they get 3 spins around the track, and they say, you know what, we're about to close down now. We're going to give you 1 spin. You still get to go on the roller coaster, but it would feel like it would have a weird tinge to it. I wouldn't be mad. I'd be hate the criticism.
Do you think the San Antonio Spurs in 1999 go, yeah, man, I don't know. That wasn't really an NBA championship.
But they got a bigger season in, though. They got 50 games.
Okay, it's still a shortened season.
They have, but this is way shorter.
I would take it in a second. I wouldn't hesitate.
The Cubs are different, though. They had to wait 100 years.
Yeah, take the Cubs out of it.
No, that was a weird one.
Yeah, for 2.
I want baseball to come back, too, but a 7-4 Cy Young, or if someone bats 480-game season.
Yeah, but did you see what Jacob deGrom did the previous 2 years? I don't think he won more than 11 games.
I know. I got to agree with McLevin. There's something about baseball and stats where it's some of those things are awkward to me.
Yes,
but don't you wonder then how many half-season Cy Youngs there would have been? Near like somebody halfway through the season was just crushing and then lost it in the second half of the season. Like, hey, you were the first you were half-season Cy Young. Congrats.
Look at the number of people who would have won the Heisman Trophy. Like Leonard Fournette would have a Heisman Trophy. There's a couple of those guys that September and October, they were killing it. Okay, so then we just don't hand out awards. How about no
8-game Heisman? Congratulations.
Yeah. How about no individual awards there? We just have a World Series champion. Is everybody okay with that?
That's actually a pretty interesting idea.
Listen to us arguing about this. I just want baseball to come back. I don't care if they give participatory trophies to everybody who comes back. Yes, Todd.
And what is the social distancing situation as far as the dugout? Is the dugout big enough where people can sit 6 feet apart? Do you have some of the players sit in the dugout and some wait in the clubhouse and they take turns each inning, which 15, 20 players get to sit in the dugout? There's a lot of little things there.
Yeah, well, I hope they've got all those things thought out here while we wait for the bottom line about the money. I'm hoping in the meantime they're going, hey, travel, how many players, those kind of things. But as far as social distancing, I'm hopeful that they've got those things ironed out. The bottom line is the amount of money and the length of the schedule.